Are you thinking about buying or selling in the Geneva Lakes area? Well, you might have noticed an oddity. Some homes are flying off the shelves, and some, time is flying by, sitting on the market. What's the difference? Well, pricing strategy and demand nuances. Let's break it down. So first up is the months of inventory. Think of it as a real estate market speedometer. If no new homes came on the market today, how long would it take for the current level of demand to absorb all of the inventory? In Walworth County, it's 4.39 months of inventory. In Lake Geneva, it's 5.14. So we're in what's called a balanced market. Now, sellers, what this means is when a balanced market, it doesn't mean that you can just list high and wait it out. Buyers have choices and they're picky. And the longer your home sits on the market, the more questions we're going to get of, what's wrong with this home? Now for buyers, if you're looking in the $200,000 to $650,000 area, you are in the sweet spot. This is where there is the most amount of listings, but it's also where there is the most amount of demand. So you have more negotiating power, but you also have more competition. Next up, days on market. How long does it take from when a home becomes first listed on the market until it's finally under contract with an accepted offer? In Walworth County, it's 49.6 days. In Lake Geneva, it's 71 days. And as you can see from this graph, that's still within the normal range. In Walworth County, that range is between about 40 to 70. And in Lake Geneva, it's between about 35 to 80. For sellers, if your home is sitting on the market for longer than this time frame, the market is giving you feedback. It's telling you that either the price is too high, it's not presenting well, or a little bit of both. Remember that story that I told you about the buyers I showed that property that was in the high 800,000s? Well, it was about $50,000 overpriced, and we couldn't get it together in terms of an offer to purchase contract. So I told the buyers, hey, let's cool our jets, take the weekend, then look at some other properties. I showed them another property, similar acreage, similar style, similar square footage, but it was $100,000 less. We got it under contract and we closed on it. That other property though, it is still on the market for over 80 days and it's had its third price reduction. This goes to show when you overprice, the market will give you feedback in terms of longer days on market. And by the way, that's why it's really good to have a great buyer's agent. For buyers, here's a counterintuitive tip. I wouldn't shun the homes that have been sitting on the market. There might not be something wrong with it. Again, it might be just price and presentation. But if it's been sitting on the market for a while, those sellers might be fatigued or hitting a time frame that they're running up against. So this could be your opening for a better deal or to negotiate a better offer. All right, the sales to list price ratio. It tells us on average, are homes selling for above asking price or below asking price? In Walworth County, it's at 94.1. In Lake Geneva, 96.2. So translation, in Walworth County, homes are selling for about 6% below asking. In Lake Geneva, it's selling for about 4% below. Sellers, there is a buyer dynamic that you have to understand, a tug of war, so to speak. On one hand, yes, they do want your home. On the other hand, though, they don't want to overpay. They're worried about overpaying, and then the market dips, and now they have a negative equity. So in this market, they don't have FOMO, fear of missing out. What they have is FOBCPD, fear of being caught with their pants down. For buyers, don't assume that you're going to get a huge 4 or 6% discount with every single home. The homes that are priced right and fairly, they're still commanding near list price offers. All right, so the median prices of homes sold last month in Walworth County was about $375,000. In Lake Geneva, $579,000. Now it's a bit of a dip, but this is not a collapse of the market. It just means more mid-range homes sold than luxury ones. So again, nothing to worry about. So what's the takeaway? For sellers, the market is going to reward realism. So price with your head and not with your emotions. But you don't have to listen to me, but you're going to want to listen to the market. For buyers, there is a lot more inventory across the board, which means you have more negotiating power. But in the more affordable price ranges, you're also going to have a lot of competition. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button below or share it with a friend who's been talking about buying or selling. If you're curious about a price valuation or want a curated list of homes that fit your criteria, let me know. Reach out, let's chat, and make your next move legendary.